World War IV will be fought in cyberspace and perhaps in real space, but in that environment, Bitcoin is more important than ever. The good news there is Bitcoin is ready for it, and there's going to be an explosion of interest in protocols, and the world is now waking up to the real promise of Bitcoin in a way that it never has before, and the next 10 years should be a lot more exciting than the last 10 years.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Crypto. In a recent interview with Natalie Brunell, Bitcoin advocate Michael Saylor shared his thoughts on the future of Bitcoin as a global monetary network. He believes that Bitcoin is ready to take the next big step, which is corporate adoption. Saylor argues that being the most secure network in the world, and capable of withstanding a cyber war, Bitcoin is the perfect solution to ensure secure, immutable, and tamper-proof transactions. This is due to the decentralized nature of the blockchain, which is secured by the network of Bitcoin miners. His company, Microstrategy, has been developing applications on the Lightning Network to onboard companies that wish to meet their clients' needs for crypto-related services. Some of these applications can be used by companies to not only reward their employees for completing tasks, like filling out surveys or attending Zoom meetings, but also to attract and retain new customers by integrating Bitcoin wallets with their existing systems. Saylor predicts an explosion of interest in protocols, with the Lightning Network being the most successful one thus far. Let's listen to Michael Saylor as he shares his forecast on Bitcoin and the developments that will propel its adoption in the coming years. But before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we bring you daily content on the latest crypto news. And now, let's jump right into the video.
2,500 years ago, if you wanted to sign a document proving that it was authentic, you would create the document, you would seal it with clay or with wax or something, and then you would roll this roller over it, and that's like your private key. And the public key was the actual seal that anyone could authenticate with their eyes. The other part of the Bitcoin network is in how do I inscribe that transaction on a decentralized network that is immutable, that is tamper-proof. And Bitcoin represents that network today. And the security of that Bitcoin network, it comes from a number of things. One thing is the highly decentralized nature of the nodes that store that blockchain. The second thing that secures a network is the network of Bitcoin miners. So the Bitcoin mining network in the world represents digital power, and to the extent that that network continues to grow, it creates the most secure computer network in the world. And the significance of Bitcoin is Bitcoin is the world's greatest cyber defense system. If you have to authenticate and prove and message any given cyber system, you're going to need a system which is resistant to denial of service attacks by nation states.
Right.
And Bitcoin has proven that it is the one system that is resistant to denial of service attacks by nation state, which means that you're going to want a wall of digital energy, or in this case, you're going to want to have the greatest amount of digital power coming from those Bitcoin miners in order to defend your cyber systems, so that you can defend all of the things and all the messages that travel over those systems, which are going to control the future combatants and future wars. So you know, World War IV will be fought in cyberspace and perhaps in real space by who knows what instruments, maybe AI-driven vehicles. But in that environment, Bitcoin is more important than ever. Lightning is a chance for us to introduce some really compelling new enterprise applications. So companies right now spend billions of dollars rewarding their employees. What if we could give people instant employee rewards for filling out surveys, being at the meeting, engaging in corporate systems, updating community notes, et cetera, all sorts of microtransactions. We've created with Microstrategy Lightning the ability for you to plug a module into your enterprise and instantly generate a Lightning wallet for every one of your employees. Then we convert every enterprise email address into a Lightning address. So whatever email address you've been using for the past 20 years now is a Lightning receiver that flows into your Lightning wallet. And now we've integrated all of the systems that companies use, like its learning system or community system or email system or Zoom system, right into that Lightning rewards module, so that when you show up to your Zoom, you get Satoshi reward. And if you show up on time, you get the reward, but if you're 5 minutes late, you don't. So I found whenever I have a meeting on Zoom, I make it a point to not be late because I actually want the Satoshi reward. It does work. Like, you just don't want to miss out on Satoshis. One of the nice things about what we're doing with Microstrategy Lightning is, let's say you're Amazon and you have 150 million accounts. You can also plug that into your directory and generate 150 million Bitcoin wallets, and you can convert every Amazon account login into a Lightning address. So now I could just send to you at your Amazon address, whatever that is, that becomes a Lightning address. And then, of course, if you fill out a book review, Amazon can give you Satoshis. And if you fill out a survey applying for an Amazon credit card, they can give you Satoshis. And if you get approved, they can give you more Satoshis. So it's a way to reward customers. It's a way to attract prospects. It's a way to gamify and make fun things. And it's a way to enhance a product by putting this long tail of Satoshis and building it into your product, so you don't just have a one-time integration or interaction with your customer, you've got a continuing monetary relationship with the customer. And the thing that makes it all possible is microtransactions and streaming via the Lightning network.
Bitcoin is not only benefiting from technological advancements, but also from regulatory developments that will bring more clarity. As other cryptocurrencies are recognized as securities, and distrust in the banking system increases, Bitcoin is likely to become the destination for a lot of capital. Is Bitcoin ready for a major influx of people coming from banks, stablecoins, and other crypto platforms, all piling into it as a safe asset? Let's listen to what Saylor has to say.
I think the good news there is Bitcoin is ready for it. In order to be the open, permissionless, ethical protocol for monetary transactions on a global basis, you need to be a commodity, an asset without an issuer. And that's what Bitcoin is, due to the legacy of Satoshi. But if you want to be technically sound, you need to be an extremely well-engineered decentralized protocol. And so Bitcoin is extraordinarily well-engineered, with that stable block size capped at the 4 megabytes, at the 10-minute block frequency has proven to be very stable. The extremely decentralized node network and the extremely well-developed Bitcoin mining network creates a very, very stable, sound base to run a digital monetary network. $20 billion or more has been invested just in the hardware that runs the Bitcoin mining network, and it has had 14 years to diffuse, to mature. All of those things were important to making it the technically sound base. And then finally, you need the economically sound basis for that global monetary network. And the economically sound basis was delivered to us via Satoshi's protocol when Satoshi capped the amount of Bitcoin at 21 million and gave us this beautiful halving protocol of cutting the block rewards in half every 4 years, right? And that last piece can't be understated, because you can theoretically create a digital commodity, a Doge coin, if it was theoretically decentralized, or some other cryptocurrency. But if you don't cap it at 21 million, And if you're not sure that it's truly decentralized and no one can ever break that cap, what you've got is a digital commodity which is going to increase in supply from time to time, like Dogecoin increases in supply. You don't have digital scarcity. So I don't think anybody could, in the first 12 months of Bitcoin, say, we're sure it's ready. But I think that after years and years, and after 14 years of seasoning, we now have enough experience to say, yeah, it stood the test of time, it is ethically sound, it is technically sound, and it is economically sound. And that Bitcoin base layer is at this point robust enough to hold $10 trillion of monetary energy, or $100 trillion of monetary energy, or $500 trillion of monetary energy. And we have cracked the code on that. That's going to work well. All of the interesting development is now going to take place on the layer 2s and the layer 3s. And there's going to be an explosion of interest in protocols. The most successful, of course, right now is the Lightning Protocol, and we think the Lightning Protocol is going to be the dominant layer 2 protocol. But it's not impossible to create other layer 2 protocols that are open and permissionless. And then the layer 3 applications, like Cash App, like Strike, like Microstrategy, like all the crypto exchanges, they're going to continue to develop and they're going to interoperate. And I think that the functionality, the speed, the performance the world needs will find its way onto layer 2 and layer 3s. The integrity and the robustness and the fault tolerance and the immutability, that will come on the layer 1. And the world is now it's waking up to the real promise of Bitcoin in a way that it never has before. And the next 10 years should be a lot more exciting than the last 10 years.
Saylor believes Bitcoin to be the technically and economically sound network the world needs and is ready to become a global monetary network. What's your opinion of Saylor's projection for Bitcoin in the coming years? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is Let's Talk Crypto, and we'll see you in the next video.